social change, what comes to your mind? Catalyst, sure. What comes to your mind when you read this? Anyone can go. हाँ, please.
Catalyst यानी वो एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट यानी जिससे हमारी प्रोसेस फास्ट हो जाती है. सोशल चेंज में एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप फास्ट करता है. चीजें लाना, इनोवेशन, उसकी वजह से इनोवेशन जल्दी होता है हमारा.
Absolutely. Your name?
Saurabh.
Saurabh. Can we have a round of applause for Saurabh? All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, as it is mentioned, there are two types of entrepreneurs. Right? One is traditional entrepreneur. What does a traditional entrepreneur do? एक traditional entrepreneur क्या करता है? Same pattern. Okay, yeah, please go ahead. So traditionally बस आना है, धंधा जमाना है, पैसा कमाना है, चले जाना है. हाँ, traditional entrepreneur does it for profit. That's it. Okay, उसके बाद social change आए, किसी का भला हो, किसी का बुरा हो, they don't care. हाँ, ethical, unethical, be ethical guys, but right? But traditionally, an entrepreneur, right? Traditional entrepreneurs, they don't care about ethics. You know, just if I were to talk about specific, just a non-social entrepreneurs that just care about money. But we are not that. We are social entrepreneurs. What does a social entrepreneur do? समाज के काम आ सकते हैं. Absolutely. Your name? Can we have a round of applause for Ayush? Yes, you raise your hand as well.
Change the trend and go beyond out of the box ideas and innovation and change the societal patterns.
Absolutely. So ideas and innovations, definitely sure, but primary thing is causing a change in society. अगर आप innovation लेकर आए, but society को negatively impact हुआ, तो फायदा नहीं है social. You are not a social entrepreneur then, right? You're just, you know, you move your propaganda forward without actually bringing in a positive social change. But what exactly is a social change? What is a social change? Anyone, मतलब जो भी, please, there are no wrong answers. हाँ, कोई भी गलत जवाब देगा तो किसी को मैं पॉइंट आउट नहीं करने वाला हूं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. Yes, please. Thinking, that is one part of it, sure. Anyone else? Anything else?
New method to do particular thing.
New method, okay. Anyone else?
They change the social reforms of the people, like Save Sol has been put up by the Sadhguru. That is a social change that incorporates in the society and the people's mind and attracts more people at the same time.
100%, absolutely. Yeah, you were saying? You or who raised your hand? Someone behind you or you only raised your hand?
मतलब कोई भी पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप को सोशली यानी यंग एज हुआ, मिडिल एज है, कोई भी एक सोसाइटी को वो पर्टिकुलर चेंज करना चाहता है. वो सोशल चेंज यानी कोई भी एक जनरेशन में वो चेंज ला सके, उसका ये मेन मोटिव रहता है. जनरेशन का मैं ये चीज इजी कर सकता हूं.
Absolutely. So just remember and understand that there could be change in terms of, let's say, underprivileged people, right? If they have a problem, any problem, they have a lot of problems related to healthcare, problems related to education, any problem related to people's mindset, or let's say generally in terms of poor people, right? People that are below poverty line, they generally have problems related to healthcare, food, education. Rich people, they have problems related to, let's say, if I were to talk about healthcare, तो उनको physical problems नहीं, mental problems होगी, right? Depression, anxiety, nervousness. So if you are doing anything that is helping people overcome problems, like, let's say, it could be healthcare, or it could be, let's say, environmental change. For example, plastic waste, right? You can find a way to use that plastic in a way that benefits the society, जो already existing plastic है. When you do that, you are creating a social change. Okay, any positive change that benefits the society is a social change. Does that make sense? Yeah. Perfect, love it. Okay, so two types of entrepreneurs: traditional, I've covered this, and social. Okay, so now entrepreneurship as an agent for economic transformation. What do you understand by this? Yes, please go ahead.
इकोनॉमी यानी हमारे जो मनी जनरेट कितना हो
हम्म।
जॉब में क्या लिमिटेड है कि जॉब हर किसी को नहीं दे सकते एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जॉब डेवलप कर सकता है जिससे हम इकोनॉमी हमारी और अच्छी हो सकती है क्योंकि न्यू आइडिया आएंगे तो न्यू पीपल होंगे तो हमारी इकोनॉमी और अच्छे से होगी तो वो एजेंट की तरह मिडलमैन की तरह काम करते हैं.
Perfect, absolutely, very well said, rightly said. Can we have a round of applause for everyone? Now, India is a country. Where do you think most of our business is generated? India is a country, sure, ठीक है, but हमारा most of our business. What kind of entrepreneurs develop most of our business? Not place. मतलब small medium enterprises, MSMEs, what type of organizations develop most of the business for India? Sole proprietorship किसके अंदर आता है? MSME हुई वो, correct? So most of the business in India is generated by micro, small to medium enterprises, right? Not some just one big organization. Sure, मतलब अंबानी बैठा है, right? Mukesh Ambani ji is there, but that being said, even after having very big entrepreneurs, most of our business is not generated by Adanis or Ambanis or Tatas. It is by micro, small and medium enterprises. Entrepreneurs that, let's say for example, that run kirana stores, they generate a lot of big chunk, right? Or warehouses, garage shops. These are businesses that generate a lot of money for India, correct? But that being said, how can we, sure, job creation, as you rightly mentioned. In order for job creation, what do you need? Let's say हमको एक business बनाना है. We want to help people in terms of jobs as well, but we want to help people in terms of even if they don't get a job, we are helping them in some way or the other in terms of social impact. What kind of vision can you have? In terms of, let's say, आपको jobs भी देनी है लोगों को, but that is not the only way you want to help them. You want to help the society as well. Yes, please.
एम्पावर करते हैं यानी उनको नॉलेजेबल करते हैं यानी वो खुद भी है ना कोई काम कर सकते आइडिया लावे जिससे उनको भी आइडिया आवे और वो आगे भी आइडिया करें.
Absolutely. So very well said. For example, now training or education business. What are you doing in a training or an education business?
हम दूसरों को एजुकेशन देके जॉब.
Absolutely. So what you'll be doing in a training and education business, आप खुद के लिए तो ठीक है, आप जब आपने अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खड़ी की, when you built your organization, sure, you will be hiring trainers, you will be hiring educators, but apart from that, those people will also be empowering others. For example, right now the way I'm empowering you, correct? I'm educating you. That's one form, but there are other forms of social impact as well. For example, a waste management and segregation system, right? Plastic waste हो गया, aluminium waste हो गया. There's a friend of mine who has this startup by the name of Swachh AI. Has anyone heard of Swachh AI? No? Okay, it recently won an award for the greenest or the cleanest startup of the year award, up and coming. And what they essentially do is that जो भी waste होता है, they have developed a waste segregation system जो AI को use करके जो भी waste होगा उसको segregate करेगा, whether it's aluminium waste, biodegradable waste, plastic waste, and उसके बाद once it has been categorized in that manner, then it is recycled and उसके products बनते हैं, right? अब इससे क्या हुआ? When this is done, sure, now they will need a lot of software developers for this. They will need, let's say, people to market their product. वो सब तो होगा ही होगा, but apart from that, they are also cleaning the country, right? That, by the way, India, there is a big problem of, let's say, waste and pollution in India. If you can tackle that, government is ready to support you. So any business idea that you have along the lines of waste and it helps the government manage waste better, you will be rewarded. Okay, so job creation is one thing. Economic growth and development, I don't think I need to talk about this, correct? But innovation and technological advancement. Now, let me ask you, is AI good or bad? Both. Okay. Yes. Anyone can support for bad. Why is it bad?
वो गुड है, अगर आप उसको सपोर्ट करोगे तो आपके लिए गुड है, अगर आपको इग्नोर करोगे तो आपके लिए बैड है.
Okay. Support करोगे तो good है. Ignore करोगे तो bad. Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for him? But some specific use cases जिसके अंदर कि ठीक है ये good ये bad specific. भाई अब मैं और तालियां नहीं बजवाने वाला हूं तुम्हारे लिए. हाँ तुम बोलो ठीक है, बट प्लीज और लोग भी बोलो.
एआई में ये है कि एआई आपके वो काम भी कर सकता है जो हाइपोथेटिकल आपको पॉसिबल नहीं है, पर एआई वो भी करके दे रहा है.
ओके.
एआई है ना इमेज में, यानी साइबर सिक्योरिटी के लिए बैड है. कि वो आपकी फोटो के साथ कुछ भी कर सकता है, आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा.
करेक्ट है, परफेक्ट है.
वीडियो के साथ आपका डेटा ले सकता है, आपको वो भी पता नहीं चलेगा.
सही है.
वो मेन बैड वो है, उसको हमको टैकल करने के लिए वो चीज.
ओके. एनीवन एल्स कुछ किसी और कुछ ऐड करना है? कुछ तो कुछ आइडिया. आई एम श्योर यू नो, यू आर स्मार्ट पीपल, यू हैव नॉलेज, राइट? तो जो भी है आपके दिमाग में प्लीज शेयर. डू यू हैव समथिंग टू से? यस प्लीज ऐड.
Technology is empowering human beings as well. And sooner or later, there will be no need of humans is also a possibility, which is also a threat for the HR person like me. And
The job.
and also job requirement of the technological perspective has been in a boom. So there is no innovation in human mind.
Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for her? Now, a lot of people look at AI as a threat. In fact, most people look at AI as a threat to their jobs, which it is. Right? In fact, Nitin Gadkari was also like, I am 100% against self-driving cars. Why do you think he said that? Bhai, nahin, please, someone else. Yes.
ड्राइवर्स की जॉब चली जाएगी अगर वो सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार चले.
Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for him? If self-driving cars are launched in India, right, so much of business is going to be lost by local cab drivers, and a lot of livelihood, a lot of economic growth, instead of it helping our country become better and supporting our people, is going to be lost to a few handful of people that own these companies. So because of that, sure, that is an innovative and technologically advanced thing, but it is not socially appropriate, right? Because of that, Nitin Gadkari was like, nahi aane dunga, which is wonderful. That is how it should be. But if we can still use AI while making the job of our already existing cab drivers easy, do you think that would be something, right? That would be something amazing. So if you can come up now, I don't have anything like that, but if you can come up with something that, let's say, supports the cab drivers, utilizes AI, and in a way benefits not just you, but a lot of people simultaneously, correct, and create a positive social and economic impact using technological advancement, then it is going to be accepted very rapidly by the government as well, because now you are supporting the government in developing our own country, in developing, let's say, the income bracket of our country. So if that is something that you can do, that will be wonderful. Okay, correct. Now, entrepreneurship and problem solving. Identifying and addressing social issues. So let me just ask you, what are some of the social issues that you have seen around you? Yes, please. Racism. Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for him? But that being said, how can we solve it? Educating the small and younger? Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for him once again? What else? Any कुछ recent हुआ है अभी? Right? Yes. Very bad, right? Something that was very terrible. How can we address this so that अभी काफी टाइम पहले, मतलब बहुत टाइम पहले निर्भया भी हुआ था, and then after that this is something that has happened again. So this is a recurring problem. How can this be addressed? Educating the
Men.
men. Okay. What else? This is a very long-term solution, though. Right? Education is a very long-term. Yes, please.
Writing a letter and amendment in the laws of the government.
Perfect.
This also can be possible. And I have written an email to Narendra Modi, sir. And secondly, we can also do that drive a campaign which doesn't stop until and unless there is required actions should be done.
Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for her? Yes, please.
I think sex education should be a subject.
Hmm.
Reason being because people like us get educated, people like us have knowledge about it. But as a matter of fact, urban people won't have knowledge to access about this. Educating them, creating the awareness of it can be a better impact.
Absolutely. Can we have a round of applause for her? Now, Kolkata case was a case that became public. What if I tell you there are incidents happening, there are 10 times as worse, but they're not happening in urban areas, they're happening in rural localities, and that is why we don't even get to know about them. This is a big problem. Correct? And this can only be solved once you understand the primal urges of a human being and how they can be managed and controlled. Education is fine. Just teaching them, sure, it's going to help, it's going to have a good impact, but just teaching them is not enough. You have to go at a very ground level. मतलब जो अभी जो campaigns चल रहे हैं ना कि let's say for example there are marches going on and all of that, that helps, sure, but it's still so deep rooted in the rural culture कि उनको जो हम कर रहे हैं वो दिखने भी नहीं वाला है. Right? So if you can develop something or come up with something, an idea wherein you can actually target the rural part of the country at scale, government is going to help you. Right? So these are some social issues. And again, think about short term and long term. Short term solution इसका क्या हो सकता है? Short term, if you want to curb things like this, what can be done?
Punishment hard.
Absolutely, well said. As you also aggressive actions. आप punishment hard करो. UAE में, right? Dubai में.
7 days के अंदर.
Absolutely. Public beheading, something like that, yeah.
Issue is not being like we can't solve this by just getting aggressive. The issue in our country lies at political level.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's where we need to,
100%. So that's a. Can we have a round of applause for everyone that shared? So politically, definitely it has to change, and gradually things will change. But short term, taking hard actions is something that can be done. Socially, constitutionally, absolutely, having laws, stronger laws. Correct? So this was, let's say, short term. Long term, what can be done? It has already been mentioned, just reiterated. Long term, what can be done? Education. Right? Education, educate from the ground up. Don't run away from sex education. India mein specifically, we get afraid talking about, educating both the genders in terms of sex education, what happens with the body, how do you manage your urges, how are you supposed to deal it in a healthy manner. It is not talked about that much, in India. So that is something that can also be done. Okay? Creating social impact ventures. What do you understand by this? Social impact ventures. What do you understand by this? Campaigns, marches, right? जो अभी हो रही है. Things like that. These definitely create pressure on the politicians as well. So something like this can be done. Apart from that, now if I were to talk about, let's say, examples, for example, social entrepreneurship के examples. So these are some, and ये मैं कुछ बहुत बड़े scale पे जब some case study that have been happening internationally उनकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. These are things that you can locally visit in Ahmedabad and witness it for yourself. Okay, so one such thing is Ishara restaurant. Has anyone seen Ishara? What is their concept?
का concept और उसमें जो मेन्यू है उसमें भी साइन लैंग्वेज यूज होती है, जिनके वर्कर है वो भी साइन लैंग्वेज यूज करते हैं। उसमें नंबर दे रहे थे आपको कि जो ऑर्डर करना वो नंबर का आप बता दो तो उसमें भी नंबर है, जो भी वो है उसके ऊपर वो काम करते हैं।
एब्सोल्युटली, बट वो साइन लैंग्वेज क्यों यूज करते हैं?
क्योंकि उनको जो है वो बोल नहीं सकते और सुन नहीं सकते।
Absolutely. The workers that they employ, they can't speak. They can't listen. That is why they use sign language. When concepts like these happen, restaurants like these open, do people that can't speak, can't hear, do they get employment? Yes, they do. Do we, when we go to that restaurant and see them using sign language, do we feel more inclined to learn sign language? Yes, we do. When we learn sign languages, do the people that, let's say, don't speak or can't hear, does it benefit them when, let's say, one person that went to Ishara and decided to learn sign language comes across a problem, someone's suffering, and he's able to help them? If something like that, situations like this happen regularly, will it uplift the society? Absolutely. So that is something, things like these you can kind of think, what can you do? And it doesn't have to be very technological as well. Log bolte na technological advancements. What is so technologically advanced about a restaurant? In fact, they are not that technologically advanced. उन्होंने बस ambience पे काम किया है. They haven't used AI. Maybe they might have used in marketing, I don't know. But in terms of the concept, they haven't. Right? Ambience is just, it's offline. So they haven't used AI or any sort of specific technological advancement. So it's not necessary. It's not 100% necessary for you to use technology. Is it a boon? Can you use it? Will it help? Absolutely. Is it a must? No. Okay. So Ishara restaurant. Apart from that, Prakash School for Mentally Challenged. Now what they do, it is not an entrepreneurial case study, but it's more of, let's say, a social case study. So they have mentally challenged students, they have mentally challenged children, and there are different levels of being mentally challenged. Some are very low, that it's very hard for them to function, and for them, they are not that mentally challenged, they just can't, let's say, communicate as effectively as we can. They cannot learn as quickly as we can. They are a little slower, but they can still do things for the society. Right? People like Down syndrome. Does anyone know what Down syndrome is? Yeah, correct. So people that have Down syndrome, right? These kind of people, they can still be helped and they can still contribute to the society if they are provided the wrong means and they want to contribute to the society. Even if someone is mentally challenged, ऐसा नहीं है कि उनको मजा आता है कि बस लोग उनके आजू बाजू आके हेल्प करें. No, they feel lachar. They don't want to feel that. So if you can provide a means for them that they in a way can contribute to the society, and the way they do this is by helping them create artifacts, materials. For example, रक्षा बंधन की राखी, right, वो बनवाते हैं उनसे, and they love it. आप वहां पे जाओ and you can actually, so it's close to गुरुद्वारा गोविंद धाम. देखा है? गुरुद्वारा गोविंद धाम के सामने जो साल हॉस्पिटल की तरफ जो रोड जाता है ना, उसी में लेफ्ट साइड प्रकाश स्कूल फॉर मेंटली चैलेंज्ड है. You can actually visit and buy their things as well. They make, दिवाली आने वाली है, दिए चाहिए, you can get it from them, right? कुछ घर के लिए डेकोरेशन चाहिए, you can get it from them, and plus all of the money they make, it goes back into helping them support the cause. So you can do something like that as well, and Prakash School for Mentally Challenged, and you can do your own version of entrepreneurship for them as well. For example, you can create a marketing gig wherein you create a brand that supports them and you share their story, right? And after that, whatever profit, sure, whatever they are charging, they keep their charges same. Apart from that, whatever profit you make off of it after that, you can give a part of it back to them, right? That's just one idea. There are so many ways in which you can come up with different ideas based on different causes. Okay, so think about what are some of the causes that you can help.